Welcome back to Cooking with Jan. This is episode 50 and actually kind of an outtake from our previous episode when we did barbecue ribs. It's American coleslaw, very delicious. It goes perfectly with ribs. Coleslaw, and we're absolutely delighted. We want to eat, so I will say a quick word of goodbye. Within 5 days, got 400 views. It was a huge smash, and we are so delighted for all the support. It's just been a blast, the channel. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video, and let's jump into American Coleslaw, episode 50. Okay, while our ribs are in the oven getting tender, oh, they're going to be delicious, we're going to make our own coleslaw. Now, there are several ways of doing this that I've seen. And the way that I do it, one could argue, is somewhat wasteful because a lot of it I don't use because the center of your cabbage is very, very hard. And we just can't use it. And especially if you don't have time for the cabbage to soak and to get soft, we have to unfortunately discard it. I do have a kitchen machine. I do have a shredder, which when I use it, the consistency is that which you remember from restaurants. And I only do it when I'm entertaining. So we'll do it the simple manual way. The other way too that I've seen is that you can use, on your shredder, you can use this side and give it a try. But I've just never really tried because I don't want to cut my fingers, for example. I'm just better with the knife. You have to have a very sharp knife. I have a Santoku knife here that has been sharpened before I started. Cut it in half. Careful, right? And then, as I said, you have this very hard core. This has to be taken out. So I usually take a small knife. I'm such a clumsy person anyway. I mean, it's a real surprise that I don't cut myself more often. But that's because I have feeling now. I go with the flow. I don't force things. I've experienced. Just take that out first. So this is, I can't use this at all. So it goes into the garbage. And then I just cut it on the side basically like this, as fine as I can, just like this. And there'll be parts here just to show that I may not use because they're just too hard. So the trick is to just, on the edge here, shred it like this. And then you just, that's which is loose, which is soft. It's just put in your bowl. Like I said, for example, these I can't use because it's just too hard. Mission accomplished. This is about 620 grams. So you do about 600 to 700 grams for 4 servings. And then that's the question, how much carrot do you use? I'm going to shred 1 carrot and then see 1 to 2 carrots. I usually use 2 carrots. So all you do is shred your carrot here on this side, on the coarse side. This is what I mean. I'm just not going to shred this because I don't want to cut my fingers. So this is 1 carrot, as you can see here in the bowl. And maybe we'll do about another half because the other half is for me.
What's up, Doc?
I have 1 diced small onion, like 1 shallot. Here I just took about 1/4 of a red onion. I would use either a red onion or a shallot because of the taste. It's it suits this salad very much. What I usually do is I toss the salad first before I add the dressing. Okay, let's do our dressing, which is just basically flavoring your mayonnaise. And I would use a good mayonnaise. So that's 200 grams I've got in here. And then the other kind of base ingredient is cream, whipping cream. Here I have 80 grams. Plop goes in there. Take your whisk. You've got 200 grams of mayonnaise in here and 80 grams of whipping cream. This is your base. Some white wine vinegar. I'm going to use about 1.5 tablespoons. I may use a little bit more, so I have some extra there. I would recommend you use a good white wine vinegar, or you can use apple vinegar as well. But because I have some apple juice here left over, I'm going to add a splash of apple juice there. It's going to make it taste great. So that goes in here. Squeeze in some lemon, wedge of lemon. I think that'll be enough. And this is where a little bit of apple juice goes in, to make it also a bit thinner. Because Hellmann's mayonnaise is very fluffy, I'm just going to add just a tablespoon of water. You don't want it to be too clumpy, your dressing. And also it kind of neutralizes the vinegar as well. That should be enough. All right, next step is to spice and also sugar. So the recipe calls actually for 4 tablespoons of sugar. I'm only going to use 3. That should be enough. And not even quite that much. We don't make it too sweet. Put in that, just 3, and then we'll taste it. A few pinches of salt. Like that, and then we'll also test that. Goes in there. I like the consistency. That's what you want. And then some pepper. Okay, this should be enough for, as I mentioned, between 600 and 700 grams of cabbage. Should be enough dressing to put in there. If you do more and you need more, then you have to repeat the process. I will have the measurements, as always, below in the comments of the video. So you have the precise measurements. Putting your dressing there, making sure you get all of it. This is how you should enjoy cabbage. I'm putting in a little bit more pepper. This is an optional step. It's perfect as it is, but you can always add a little bit of pepper. It really goes very well with it, but not too much. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cooking with Jan. I just completely enjoyed this episode. I've been wanting to do it for some time. This is one of my favorite dishes, as I mentioned. And until we meet again, as Jacques Pepin says, happy cooking. It's basically, well, the hard part is to cut up the coleslaw. The hard part is to cut up the cabbage, the white cabbage. And we are